you. And maybe, hopefully, Daniel will join here soon because we need to talk about the budget. So we will, as I was trying to explain everybody, I have some appointment at 6, so we will try to wrap things up at 6 o'clock. Try to cover some of these agenda the best we can, especially the budget. So with that, we can get started with the minutes from January 18. And I just would like, I think I emailed this to everybody, so I just would like to ask if there's any objection to the minutes. Otherwise, we can go ahead and vote, or if there's any objection, we can proceed to approve the January 18 minutes. Is there any objection?
I'll
Or
make the motion
okay, Howard makes the
to approve.
motion to approve the January 18, 2022 minutes. Is there a second?
Make the second.
Okay, so Howard and Bob.
Okay.
Okay, if there's any objection, motion to approve the minutes is carried. Also,
Just
I
call
just
for-
made,
I was going to say, just call for a vote.
okay, everybody who approves, say aye.
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 Right, thank you. Anyone
I was
opposed?
muted. Aye.
Aye, okay,
Aye.
thank you. Okay, well, minutes that January 18 minutes is approved. Okay, thank you, Howard.
Okay.
So we'll get to, I just want to touch base on a little bit of things that's happening this week. It's been pretty busy. So this week we have membership development. I'll get with Saul. Maybe he can attend that meeting as well. Since I missed the January
Oh,
one,
what's
January
the date?
meeting. Membership development is Friday.
Okay.
It's kind of weird because the time is like 10 o'clock and it's in the middle of some of my meeting during the day. But Ellen Perez, she sends out the invitation during the meetings. Engineers Week, is next week, and we are sponsored for that. And I believe I have Howard that is attending with me, and I think Bob, you signed up as well, right?
Right.
Okay. Is there anyone in the committee that would wanted to go? Because we still can have one person for the section. Just let me know so I can forward that to Julia.
And they don't have to pay, is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah.
I was considering, but I have a conflict, so it's not in the cards.
Okay. Yeah, I sent you guys an email earlier, and I have Howard responded. So there's still one spot if anybody would be interested in attending the event. Just let me know. Maybe tomorrow or today, later today or tomorrow. That way we can send the list of name to Julia plus the meals selection.
You might be able to, if you don't have somebody, Bob might be able to get his money back and you just put him on ours. I don't know that. I think that's a possibility.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
they can refund his registration.
Okay.
Okay. So I've been attending the Ohio Legislative Day preparation meeting, and the date for that is now set to April 22nd. And they have a huge topic primarily for all this money that they're getting, for infrastructure. So, and also the I think they so there have a lot of discussion on in for us for the IEEE. I think some of the topic that is so interesting to us is like this air mobility. The lieutenant gen the lieutenant
Which,
oh,
do you happen to remember, Helen, which ones we're responsible for? IEEE. I think grid protection was one.
yeah, and also one of the big discussion also is the air mobility, because I think IEEE is has to be they have to do the standards on these things. How is it going to come about? What are the standards that needs to be implement or put in place for this technology? So I'm actually reaching out to the Dayton section, since actually the representative that is coming to speak regarding that topic is from Dayton. And I've reached out to Austin for the PES if they have anything going on into the grid protection, especially the cyber attack on the grid. So hopefully I get some information from him on that. Um, and also thank you for Dr. Berger reminding me on the Region 2 meeting. So I signed up for that this coming March
Very
5th
good.
and 6th.
I'm a little bit jealous. I was thinking I could go get some Baltimore seafood.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
Helen, we're gonna have to meet up for that.
Oh,
'Cause
thank you. Yeah. Ian is actually
I'm
going since he's the part of the Region 2 committee, I guess, for the media.
Oh,
And they,
nice.
would- they, would-
media strategy
they,
team.
would- they always want you to try the Maryland crab too.
All
I'm a
right.
little bit, sometimes I get a little easy with eating out when I'm in I'm a little particular with food, so yeah. And I guess it's for our section this year is a big is a large uh, accomplishment for us for 100 years. So I need to start working on that soon with Region 2 and the national level to make sure. I think, Bob, you mentioned about you attended some ceremony on the what was that, Toledo section?
Yeah, when I was the section chair, I attended the 100th anniversary of both the Cleveland section and the
Oh,
Toledo
Cleveland.
section, and Toledo.
Okay, yeah. So we need to make sure that we get the planning for that ahead of time.
And the
Okay.
Region 2 presented them with their 100th anniversary banner at the celebration or banquet or whatever they have.
Yep. And I need to discuss with Ian on this STEM exhibit. And this is July, but you know how the days come, they come very quickly and we get too busy to make sure that we have a good representation on that and events that kids would like to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's all I have. Dr. Berger, I would like to ask you in the minutes just to verify that Howard put in that you accepted to chair the committee, the awards committee. So I just want to verify that with you.
Um, I guess I did. I guess that got slipped in. Sure, I'll do that. Whatever needs to be done.
Okay, yeah, because that's something that we failed to, you know, personally I failed to do last year. So we missed on a lot of the accomplishment to be recognized for the section, and the PES at least they were able to get some extra funding for their section on that. They did get an award for as an active society.
Now, is
On,
this looking inward and outward? You know, the awards that I was earlier referring to you about was the Region 2 awards, where I think we've got a lot of wonderful people within our demographic here that we could exalt and present to the Region 2, and they should be getting recognition Region 2 wide. But are you specifically talking about sort of an inward reflection of awards within the Columbus demographic, and this is leading up to our banquet? Is that what you're meaning?
No, I think it's both Region 2 and also for the section itself, because in the past when we do the spring banquet awards and banquet, we have recognition from Region 2 and even in national level, and we also recognize some of our members that have achieved certain status like a fellow, or we did a lot of that in the past.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
what would
two.
help me is just a list of what are the Columbus-based awards that have been given in the past, and if there's any descriptions of what a meritorious awardee should be. Do we have that?
Yeah, in the past, we do provide local sections like for students, for achievement and service awards. And I know PES, they do like young engineers awards and volunteer award and things like that. But in the region level, definitely. I mean, even you personally has accomplished and contributed so much in the IEEE in the region-wide and national-wide basis. But we also have so many other members in the Central Ohio
Okay.
section that could benefit from that.
Is there anybody else that I should deputize so that it's not a committee of one?
I was thinking of giving you a list and kind of volunteer maybe John Golsey or
Oh, I'd
uh,
love to work with John. Yeah,
You
yeah,
definitely have John on there.
yeah,
yeah.
John
John,
Golsey. And we have a member that would be a professor, I guess, from Ohio State, Dr. Meyer. He could possibly be a good candidate for that. And we can always get some young professionals involved in there as well. So I may send you a list of a few people that
Okay, okay,
be a good candidate for that.
okay.
And then before Professor John Goldsey was involved, Ben Maribon and I did a lot of the awards before that.
Hmm. Okay.
What was that name?
We're talking about maybe John Golsey and Meyer, and we can always ask some other members, uh, that
Meyer
could
who?
be involved with that.
Do you know Meyer who?
Russ,
Ross,
Oh, I don't know this person. Okay.
I think he has retired from Ohio State.
Oh, okay. That's probably why. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else, Dr. Berger?
No, that's it. We can take this offline.
Okay, good. All right. Haley requested for me that she has an event coming up in 6 o'clock, so she asked that we can discuss her some of the requests that she had, that she needed help. They're running a networking kind of career fair event that we could possibly help her, Ian, especially setting up the event. Haley, would you like to elaborate on that?
Sure. Can you hear me?
yeah, we
Yes.
hear you.
Yeah, so I just wanted to request the IEEE Columbus to see if you can help us organize a spring networking event. We would like to organize it on April 5th because we have a career fair at the Ohio State on April 6th. So it's a day before. Um, and it's just our way to provide a networking opportunity to graduate students that can help them find a better job and network. So that's the idea. And we do not have experience organizing this kind of event and how to collect money, how to reach out to the companies for this kind of event. So it would be best if you can help us plan and organize this event and help us network with the companies and, like inviting them and how to collect the money and stuff. If you have a organized conference kind of thing before.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's definitely sounds good. You know, the section needs to really work quite a bit on that, and that's part of actually one of our vitality checklists is a career fair for professional development and also for our young professional members that we should actually need to run twice a year, supposedly, based on the vitality list that we have to do. So we can definitely help you with that. vTools can address the registration and the money, and but getting sponsors, I know personally with Metler, I have been working with the HR people and recruitment, and so they might be interested in attending that as well. Are you planning to have a registration fee for those participants, the industry participants?
Yeah, so the registration fees is only for can I show the can I share a slide and show you?
Yes, let me unshare. I think
Okay.
all right.
Can you check my slides? Can you see my slides?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, so we already applied for programming funds from the Ohio State University, and we're still waiting on the approval of the request. We are asking $1,500 for the event. So basically, as you can see, the reason we have this kind of price distribution is because we are expected to have only 40% for the food and beverages. So we had to somehow balance the money. And so we added OSU facility fees for parking pass. Actually, I already have purchased some. So I'm just trying to get the money from this fund, even if this is already purchased, because we had to maintain 40% for the food and beverages. So as you can see, the total cost we came up with is $2,400 based on the number of attendees and the cost of the food. As you can see, the maximum money we will have to spend is like on the food actually. So we just applied for the fund and we try to get the best we can from the Ohio State, but we can still work on this budget a little bit and make it a little bit better. And this is the costing. And as you can see, we could not cover all the costs from the fund request. So we are planning to get some, it's a kind of fundraising from the companies. So we can have that fund in our account for future events and stuff. So it's like kind of fundraising and networking and like kind of, there are several purpose for the event.
Okay. So I think we can do discuss that further if you can since we still have about a month to plan. So
Yeah.
okay, but that's
Yeah.
definitely something that the section can help.
Okay. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
All right, thank you, Haley. Ian, do you have any comments on that? On how what platform we can use?
Not really. Honestly, that's kind of we're gonna have to figure out how to contact some HR peeps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but I think just for registration and then some of that money that we can use vTools. We've done that in the past
Mm-hmm.
for registration. So that's the least we can get started. We can use that.
Yeah.
Okay. With that, I guess we will, Daniel, good afternoon.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yes.
can.
Okay, cool. I am not ready yet. I just picked up my son from daycare, but you guys give me about 10 minutes. I will be back home.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Just be safe. We'll wait for you.
Okay.
All right. Thanks. Okay. So with that, I guess we can have some time to review some of these professional societies. I see Soul is attending with us today. So Saul, do you have any updates on membership? I think there's a meeting coming up this Friday. Hello, Saul. I think we may have lost him.
Not sure he heard you.
Okay. So we'll just get back with Saul here later. Ben sent out a message that he's not unable to attend, but he did review the minutes and he has no objection. He reviewed the preliminary budget that Daniel sent out, and he has no objection. So with that, I know the educational activities that still we were discussing about that were Ian and I think Carl have some idea on how to move forward with education activities. But do you have any more comments on that, Ian?
Not at the moment. Still kind of trying to come up with some ideas on what we could do, what kind of things could I reach out with. I'm just coming up with throwing some things on the table, and then I'm gonna try to figure out how to ring around with Carl and figure out what we could do about it all.
Okay, because I did get an email from Region 2, I think in the newsletter that, asking what kind of STEM activities that we have done so far, I guess for the first quarter. So I can touch base with you on that. I have not heard from Carl. I did send him a message on a different topic, but he hasn't responded. So, okay. Sol, are you back? Can you hear us? Hello? All right. Okay. We can
It
just
shows his
wait.
mic is unmuted, but apparently he's not getting any noise out.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I think some of the stuff. So, Bob, do we have any updates? You said that you would send out the operating procedure to Region 2. Do we have any
Yeah.
updates on that?
Well, I had a lot of deadlines to meet for work, so I just got our local operating procedures. I sent them out to Region 2 Director Barry Tilton, and also the West Area Chair Chang Lu, also the West Area Chair Wang Lu, or Chang Lu, right before our meeting today. So I don't have any feedback yet, but it's, it was sent out to Barry. And I sent you, Howard, and Dr. Berger a copy, a courtesy copy of the email.
Today?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Thank you, Bob. Jim, also, I think was it, John Golsey has also sent us a message that Jim Watson's wife actually passed away. I think they were married for 50 plus years, I believe.
My goodness. COVID?
Yeah. He did not elaborate how she died, but I'm not sure. Other than sending him an email, I'm not sure what the section can do in that case. Do we
And
send him anything from the section?
well, I guess in the past, Ben Maribon might know better, or maybe Saul or Howard even. But what we used to do when we met in person, outside of signing a card and sending it in, I think Ben would take care of like ordering flowers to send to them. But I don't know what they want to do in this case.
Yeah, John sent out a link to the obituary, but I can't find her name in that, so I may
Judy,
have to. Yeah, Judy.
yeah,
Yeah, her name is
yeah.
Judy, but I can't find it, so I may have to get back with John. I mean, at least we could at least acknowledge, from the section. Okay. Yeah, if you, I guess, Howard, do you have any comments on that?
No, I don't,
Okay.
I don't recall what we've done. Yeah, I think we've done flowers in the past and signed cards when we met, but I really, guess we really haven't done much.
Yeah, there wasn't that many occasions, but
I mean, we trying to send a card and get people to sign it. You have to have a meeting, I guess.
Yeah, there's ways to do it. We use it's an online thing that actually everybody sign it and then we can send it. So I will,
Then, okay, maybe that would work.
yeah, I can take a look at that and see. Okay. With that we
Um,
can go.
I
Go
believe
ahead,
one
Ian.
trick you can do is with a Cricut machine. If you have people write a signature and then take a picture of that, I could actually change that into a full signed card.
This one you don't do a signature. You just put your like a comments or something, and then it gets printed into the card. So, well, you still have to put your name. You put your name in it, but you can
Yeah.
put a note. We did that with when people at work is retiring or something, and so that might be something that we can do for him, just to give a little bit of support from our section. I think most people now, they don't, they just don't want to do the flowers and stuff like that, or they have a foundation that you can donate or something. All right. Let's see. So we'll go to the society. I have not heard from Alexandra. I'm not sure if she's still the chair for that section. I need to re-verify. For the computer society, Bob, I did get an email from Chang that he has a volunteer that would be willing to work in communication society. So might be somebody that you can help you with events and getting maybe speaker. I will forward you his name. He's an associate professor at OU.
oh, okay.
Yeah, he said he wanted to do some volunteer with the section. So I will forward you his name after the meeting.
Okay.
Okay. Any update on the computer society?
I'm still looking for speakers. I didn't hear back from Steve Gruder at Expedient Data Center in Dublin, so I was trying to see if I could contact somebody else there and see if they're starting on their website. It looks like I don't know for sure, but they might be offering tours. I got to find out if they are resuming the tours, but I don't have anything lined up yet.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Dr. Berger? Any events for your electron devices?
Yeah, the one that I gave a foreshadowing about last time that Howard put in the minutes. It looks like we're cementing this on February 25th at 2 p.m. Um, so I'll be, I've already created a draft flyer, and I'm just going to circle back to the speaker to make sure that this is he gave me a few time slots, and so I'm picking the 25th at 2 p.m. So I just want to kind of confirm. I'll show him the draft flyer, see if he needs any changes made to it, and if that works, then I'll create a kind of vTools registration for that, with no fee. But I like to I've started to master a little bit the vTools to be able to do the pre-registration, which kind of helps me count numbers of heads, participating or
Mhm.
potentially participating. So
Yes, and it's good because you need some update. You just send the participants.
yeah, yeah, it's that. It's the counting for the for all the activity reports and things like that. It makes life a lot easier.
Yeah, it's very easy to do your report. You just go in there and then submit it, and not like back in the days where you do what was that, the L31 or something. But
The
Yeah.
L31, the dreaded
Mhm.
L31. Yes, yes.
yeah,
Now it's
um,
details L30. So what's the presentation topic?
Hot carrier reliability characterization of advanced CMOS devices and RF circuits. So
Oh, okay.
um, I'm hoping that maybe this might peak reliability usually is not as a sexy term amongst academicians. It's the it's more in industrial manufacturing kind of making a good, robust, reliable. But maybe with Intel coming our way, this might you know having some knowledge bank about reliability might prep people. In fact, I'll sell this in my class and various entities that this might be a great way to prepare for your interview at Intel.
yes, yeah. Reliability is a big thing. I live in industrial world,
Uh,
so we don't do unfortunately many times we can't really ride the consumer product because our product needs to live 15 years and then support for another 8 to 7 years, 7 to 8 years. So it's about 25 years total. And I'm still supporting product that we designed for FedEx in '98. And so when you talk about CMOS reliability with RF, you're talking about radio frequencies?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good because it's with the current speed, that's what we're fighting now. Europe just changed the frequency band where we test for immunity all the way to 6 gigahertz and
Oh,
on our industrial products. So that's going to be a little bit of a struggle for us because some of our products are not designed to support that frequency, all the testing all the way to that level.
okay.
Yeah.
Paul, can you send the maybe a copy of the flyer or something that has the title so I can get that in the minutes?
Yes, I'll be happy to send you a PDF version. I don't have the Zoom link yet. I could just kind
Okay.
of,
No, that would
but
be fine.
but
Just I could put something get it in the minutes then. Appreciate that.
okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you. For young
Helen,
profession, yes, Bob.
I have two announcements. Saul Black just sent us an email saying he was very sorry. He tried to log into the meeting and couldn't get in, and he thinks it might be a computer problem on his end. Just to let you know.
Okay, I
And then
will get. Go
and then
ahead.
I think in the chat, Daniel said that he's back at his desk whenever you want to get back with him.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. because we're gonna have to take care of the budget. So maybe what I need to do is just a little bit of since we have Brian, so I just ask him, Brian, do you have anything you would like to share?
Sure, I can share really quick, just some updates. We did get our reimbursement form completed and approved for our 3D printer project, so we should be distributing funds soon um, to reimburse people for half of their printer cost. And our public relations officer, Ladinia, got access to our website and has been able to make changes there. And she's going to work hard to keep the website updated and current. And we started our new networking committee, computer networking committee, and we had our first meeting on Thursday. It was kind of small, more of a meet and greet. I'll probably send out information sooner to give people a chance to join next time. And then Devin, who's our robotics committee chair, actually shared a PowerPoint on robotics design to help people with the design process of the robots that they're going to be building with their 3D printer. So, and that's all I got for this month.
Okay, thank you. With that, I think not much of an update. Like I said, Colleen, I guess she's very busy with OSPE, so she's stepping down for YP. So I need to find somebody to fill that role. If you know anybody that is in a young professional, which is a 10-year in profession, let me know that they want to serve. Of course, they have to be an IEEE member. So I'll probably need to run the OU analytics and look at the roster for the YP and start looking for a chair for that position.
Ellie, wonder if you have any by chance, candidates from IEEE GSB who are in the process of graduating, but also staying in Columbus.
Well, I do not have the data. Like, I
Okay.
know the people who might be graduating, but we do not have the exact information who is staying in the Columbus.
Okay, okay. Because sometimes someone coming out of one of the school IEEE programs, they're well kind of coached in IEEE lore, and they make a good YP representatives.
Yeah, but I'm not sure about that yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you staying in Columbus? Do you know where you're going?
Um, I'm not exactly sure, but I think we will make the decision in March,
Okay,
mid-March. So I'll let you know.
okay.
Yeah.
That would be a good transition for you.
Yes, that was my point actually. That was my hook. Uh, Helly, if you didn't appreciate that.
Yeah.
If you're staying in Columbus, we're not gonna let you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
this is
would be.
this is a promotion potentially. So just but let us know if you're staying around.
Yeah, I would be so happy to volunteer for IEEE.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, with that, I guess Daniel, are you ready to discuss budget?
Sure am.
Okay.
Okay. It's on the screen. Okay. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so what I wanted to show everyone, I think I sent this out in the email. If you didn't get it, let me know. I can send it over to you. But basically what I want to do is in column G, it kind of goes over what we budgeted in 2021. So you can see at the bottom here, we had a zero base budget for 2021. So all of our incomes and all our expenses totaled out to zero. So basically I took a swag at 2022. So looking, and also, sorry, column I, shows you where we ended with these accounts, and then column J is the transaction, so what came in or went out. So we budgeted for 1,500 for the foundation. We expected to have that money come in. We did not have any money come in for the foundation. So for 2022, I'm basically saying that there should be zero unless we think something different. Does anyone object to that or have thoughts?
No, I'll make a comment. I think what we have to do, Daniel, is that the AEP moved us from a grant to the foundation at AEP, and we have to fill out the application again for the foundation, even though they called and talked to me and asked them questions because the lead person who's in charge of the funding at AEP changed and wanted to know if they could move IEEE from the grant to the foundation. And I said, you have to tell me ask me questions or what have, and you make the decision because I don't know. He asked me a bunch of questions and they came back and said, we want to move it to the foundation. I wasn't smart enough to realize that meant I had to start all over with a new application for the foundation. So we wasted several months on that because we filed everything last year. And yeah, I'm expecting that they will still grant it and we should show the 1,500 coming in during this year.
Okay.
So I think we can show that.
Okay. Sounds good.
It's not, I believe we'll get it. I don't think they've been real good with doing it once you get it all filled out.
Perfect. Okay,
Right.
cool. Thanks for that, Howard.
That's fine.
Awesome. Okay, so that's good. Meetings and events. Sorry, individual donations, corporate donations. We didn't have any previously, no transactions. We're not planning for it in 2022. Meetings and events, income from that. We're not planning for it. We never had it before. MakerX, we budgeted for 3,150. We actually spent 1,500 last year, or sorry, we had that come in. I don't know if we have anything planned coming in for this year, but I just matched what we had in 2021.
Yeah, it's the MakerX. We may not support it at that capacity this year because they have changed the way they run the program, and we probably going to spend some money on the STEM Expo at the Ohio State Fair. But we can definitely still continue to support MakerX, but not at that capacity. And I think that's yeah, they've changed everything to the point where you have to do an exhibit yourself.
Sure.
But of course, with the changing in the COVID situation, it could possibly be different this year.
Yeah.
But I think we would not put that much money on MakerX.
Okay.
Last year, it's because they decided to go all digital. So decline that because there's not really anything we can really figure out that we could probably do online, and be kind of a pain in the rear end to get people to like say, here, come to this location, go to that location. It seemed like a big clusterfuck. So I'm just like, no.
And it was a last minute change, so we didn't really have
Yeah.
a lot of time to prepare for the platform and the location to host an event.
So I do just want to clarify. So this we had a check deposited into our section for MakerX, and we didn't have
That's
anything.
right. Yeah,
Okay.
that was from AEP, and we allocated it to MakerX.
And nothing went out to MakerX last
That's
year.
correct. Yeah, that's
Okay.
correct.
Okay. So we're saying nothing for 2022. Is that correct?
Um,
I'd keep it on the table because there's a chance it might change this year. It might go back to how it was at the state fair 2 years ago. But like I'd put it as being an iffy situation. Like we're
yeah.
not
But from a
100%
budgeting
sure.
standpoint, we have to choose something. So
Yeah, for a budget, personally for the budget, I would say maybe 500 because Cheng Lu has also a program for coding, and I would like to have some money for that as well.
Okay.
as
And
as a
Ellen, when you're
reserve.
saying 500, you're saying AEP or someone's going to write us a check for 500, or we're going to send somebody a check for 500?
I mean, we have to assign 500. We've allocate 500, so we need to get the money 500 from somewhere else, right?
So right now, for MakerX, where is it? Sorry, my eyes are just. We have 1,500 right now allocated in MakerX's ending balance from 2021.
Okay.
So are you saying we're going to receive an additional 500 from somebody for MakerX?
No, we're not.
Okay.
So
Okay. So we're going to receive $0 additional dollars in 2022 for
yes,
MakerX.
yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Cool. Cool. All right. Um, and then move on to the next one, the section rebate. From headquarters, we got 7,600 in 2021. So I put 7,500 for 2022. Any objections there?
You
I think
know,
that's
OU Analytics have membership in the Columbus area. Has it stayed stable, gone up, gone down?
I do not have
the
those.
the last time I look at the roster is about the same. But
Okay.
the key is that we have to do events, because events gives us extra money. So as long as the societies, the sections conduct events, and then we get rebates on those activities.
Okay.
So it's imperative that we log all the events for the section. And not only that, the student section, like I think OSU got some money back for their section, um, and DeVry probably possibly could, because if they're doing monthly events, that's they get extra money for that as well.
Does
Well,
that flow through?
DeVry does something almost every other night. That's how hyperactive they've been.
Wow.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
look at the
So
DeVry
that
calendar, every single night I get an alert that there's like going to be a meeting going on.
Yeah, so
Like,
they can record all those events, and then they can apply for an active society, and then they get some extra money for that, like the PES. I mean, the PES got
mhm.
extra money for um, activities and events.
Yeah, Brian, are you
Write
looking at
this
all
down.
this?
Yeah, I'll write this down and I'll let the secretary Megan and the treasurer Justin know all about that too. That's good
Yeah,
news.
I wish I would have known about that. If I'd known with how many meetings they've been doing, they've been going through the roof. I'm actually shocked. Out of everything, the section alone, DeVry has been the most active, I'd say, like based off what I've seen so far.
Yeah, so make sure that those activities are logged in. Okay.
Okay, I'll do that. And what's it called again? What should I tell them it's called? The funding that we could get?
Oh, that's your rebate.
Okay, the rebate. Got it. Thanks.
Everybody pays their dues. It goes to IEEE headquarters. They skim off the top, and then they let a little bit come out of the bottom, and they go back as to feather the nest.
That's right.
Oh, good news. Thanks.
Okay. So we'll keep it at 7,500 here, unless anyone feels differently about that. Okay. So IEEE support. So we had 450. I'm not sure exactly what this was for last year, but we had that budgeted. We didn't receive anything in 2021, so I have this at 0. Our interest, we budgeted 300. We had 184 come in, so I'm having 150 this year.
Daniel, in the IEEE support, is that also we can count that for like the IEEE USA for PACE? And I know we can apply for a one-time $500 support for PACE. And I'm working on Ben to make sure we get that this year.
Yeah, so typically for those, we'd want them, yes, yes to answer the question. But they would probably go to like um, the specific entity, chapter
Okay.
or
Yeah. Yeah.
society or
All
whatever.
right.
So,
Yeah. So that would go for PACE
okay,
funding.
so we do want to list something here for
Mm,
for
yeah, we
PACE.
can put 500 in there because that's the
Okay,
minimum that we can ask without additional signature. I think the region to the coordinator can approve 500 without region two's approval,
okay.
the
And this is for
director
PACE, is that
approval.
correct?
Yeah, I think
Okay,
we will allocate that for PACE.
sweet, awesome. Okay. And then other income, not sure what this was for last year, but didn't have any other income come in, and then we're not budgeting for any. Okay. So that's where we are with our income. And then moving down to our expenses. So you kind of see how we ended with some of these accounts. So Epics and site, general funding, you kind of see how we spent some of our funds. Also, everyone should have this in their email again, but you can filter through this so you can see how everything was spent if you want to see like each, transaction if you're nerdy. And then OSU, they finish with a positive amount because of rebates they got and how much they spent. Um, yeah, so so the budget for 2022. So I do want to make sure I highlight some of these buckets over here. So this column here is money that's already allocated to these chapters or societies. So this website, we have $50 allocated ending in 2021, and we're also saying there's 50 additional dollars in 2022. So with that being said, do we agree with this?
Ian, do you need what do you need for the website?
For money wise for the website, I don't need nothing.
Yeah,
The
because we don't.
website's
It's managed by by the national now, so we don't have to pay for registration and things like that, right?
yeah, it's all hosted by the national. The like any add-ons we get for it, they actually have license keys for us. So
Okay,
So we
so
don't need
0.
to put anything on that.
nope, don't need nothing for a budget.
Okay.
So I'll move the $50 to general funding since we don't need it here. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. EMBS, they finished with 100, and we're also allocating 100 to them this year.
That's okay. We can. We need to contact these societies. They have not given us any report the whole year last year.
Okay. Okay. Signal processing the same.
Yes.
Okay. Treasurer, $100. I think there was some for like post office stuff, but again, it's all in this transaction log, but we'll keep that the same as well. E-week, 250. We did spend 250 last week, or sorry, last year. So we'll keep that. Antennas, they finish with quite a bit, 4,100, and then we're allocating $100 to them for 2022. Region 2 meetings, finished with 400, allocating 400. SPAC, 250, that's how they finish, and that's what we're allocating. DeVry, they spent 500, they finished with 500, and then we're also allocating 500 in 2022.
Okay.
OSU grad, 150 and 150. Control systems, 200 and 200. I feel like, Helen, you told me at some point that we didn't need it for 2022, but maybe I misheard you. But you haven't.
I normally ask for a $500 budget
Oh,
for
okay, okay.
for the we.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. So it finished with 190. So is this the 500 additional, or you need 500?
Just 500, yeah.
Okay, so really this is 310 to get you to the 500, if I'm doing my math right. Yeah. Okay. Computer and communications, 200, 200, sections and meetings, 300, 300, PACE, 500 and 500. Student general funds, so 500 was spent last year. We ended with 1,000, and we're allocating 1,000 again this year.
Yeah, we were supposed to help Haley with some promotional items, but the vendor was unable to deliver on time, and she got the promotional items for free, I believe. So
Oh,
that
gotcha.
that
Okay.
was good. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. ED. They ended with 1,000. They spent 3,600 last year, and we're allocating 600 this year. Young professionals, they spent $35. They ended with a little over 1,000, and they were also allocating 1,000. Maker X, we just talked about that, but 1,500 and 1,500. Legislative Day, we spent all the money from last year, the 1,700, and then we're allocating the same amount this year. PES.
Howard,
Oh, go ahead.
Howard, have you heard from Holly? What's our
No, I'm gonna guess it'll be 1,800, but I'm not sure. I figured you'd
okay.
get something on that as they're
Yeah,
putting this
she
in.
hasn't said anything about that, but that's where some of the money for PACE that I would like to apply. You know, because we can get money from IEEE USA for that event, since that's a professional development.
Well, maybe it might cost. Why don't we raise that just another $100 and then if PACE supplement if it goes over that. How's that?
Yeah, that's okay. Because last year, I mean, it's we really need to push for membership to attend, because you know that's a lot of money for us to allocate, and then we only get 30 people attend from the section or less. So
Right. Yeah, I agree. That's well, that would be. I don't know what it's going to run this year. We paid 1,700. I think the other groups that were funding it were paying 1,800. That's because I told them that's all we had. We'd already set up 1,700.
okay.
So I don't know. Whatever you want to do, you can leave it if you want.
Yeah, we just leave it as it is.
Okay.
Okay. PES 2,000 is what we're allocating. Ended the year with 4,200 and spent about a little over 1,000. Meetings and events, we spent $200 last year, ended with 1,000 in the account, and then allocating 1,200 this year. And then Region 2 student activities, ended with 500 and allocating 500. So that is where we landed, but the problem is we are $3,310 over budget. So we need to trim some stuff. I don't think, so it sounds like this is realistic as far as income that we have coming in. So we have two options. We can say, hey, we're going to tap into the general funding this year. So the general funding, as we ended last year with 28,000. So we can decide to tap into that and finish this next year if everything goes to plan at 25,000, or we can try to find some way to get this to equal zero at the end of the day.
Okay. Well, I think, you know, since we have no report from the engineering and medicine and signal processing, we can just remove that. If they come, if they come to us and request something, we can always, you know, vote on it
Well, they have
from the.
$100 already from last year too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Region 2 meeting, we haven't really spent, and with this meeting that we're going to, they will be I think paying for the hotel and the plane ticket. So I'm not sure if we can how many meeting they can allocate this year. Probably at least twice. So maybe we can take that down to 200.
Okay. So there's 200 already allocated. So you're saying we need 600 this year?
200. I thought it's 400. We can cut it down to 200.
Okay.
Well,
I'm saying there's already
you already,
they have 400 in their account right now. Like if we didn't do anything. So
Okay. Yeah. So we just leave it.
yeah, I was,
okay, so 0. Like we're not going to give them any more into that account. Is that correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Any others?
Section meetings. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to. Depends on what the region, IEEE as a whole is going to do for the rest of the year. But last year we did not spend since we didn't have a face-to-face meeting. In the prior year, we tend to have, you know, some refreshment, but we didn't spend that last year. So I don't know, maybe what do you guys think? Do we cut it back?
So I guess I personally think, and again, people can correct me if they think differently, but there's some of these that didn't spend anything in 2021. They still have an account. They still have a balance. So if they didn't spend anything in 2021, I think those are all on the block to just say they probably shouldn't have additional funding in 2022.
Yeah, so we just leave it and not have any additional funding since we didn't use any. Yeah.
Okay, so that's for SPOC, that's OSU grad, that's control systems, computer and communication, section meetings, PACE.
Why?
Do we agree with that? With all of those so far? And Maker X?
So if I did come up with it, then I'd have to request funds.
yeah, well, yeah, you could request, Bob, but
Yeah,
it
right.
came up, you needed something, you requested, and then we'd be looking because there might be others that are not doing anything and they, or maybe we'll get more income.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
if it already has a balance, like it's you can request. I mean, as long as it's for your society or chapter, then yeah, I mean, you can request whatever you would like as long as you have a balance. But then when you need to tap into the general fund, that's when we have to kind of vote as a section.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that clear, Bob?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this because I think that's what we just communicated. And once we get rid of Maker X, then we should be good. Okay.
So where are we?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so once we do all of that, we get rid of all the additional funds for the sections or sections or societies that didn't spend anything in 2021. Then we are positive $890. So we're in good shape.
Oh, you did a good job there. Came out positive.
That's a positive budget. That you may need to give education for our Congress.
That's right. That's right. So
yeah.
So I'll go ahead and put the rest of this into the general fund, unless anyone has any objection, and then that's what we'll plan to move forward with 2022 with. And oh, sorry, we need a vote on it. I'm sure, but
Okay. So,
Yeah.
I
is
move
there
to
any
approve the
question?
budget.
Okay, Dr.
Uh,
Berger moved to approve.
I'll
Second?
second it. I'll
Okay,
second it.
so Howard second. Those on favor to approve the budget, say aye.
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 Okay, with that, the motion to approve the 2022 budget as Daniel presented is carried. Thank
Okay.
Can
you.
you, yeah,
Any
Daniel,
other?
will you send the final one out?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that.
Send me a copy of it anyway.
All right. Thank you so much, Daniel. I know it's a
Yeah,
lot
no
of work
worries.
for you.
All good.
Any other topics you wants to discuss? Raymond, do you have any question?
Nope, no questions at all.
Okay. Is there any committee would you like to join and volunteer?
I didn't see anything right now. Maybe later on in the year.
Okay. I will keep in touch.
All right.
Hey,
Okay.
Helen, I did have one other thing. PES is wanting to have a dinner at some point this year, or sorry, this month. Is there any, if we request funds from the PES funds, is there any, like, I don't know, limit per person that we typically adhere to as a section when we do dinners?
Is that for the section?
It's for the chapter.
It's for the chapter. And normally
Yeah.
when we do dinners, we do like a 50-50. I remember in the past when we had dinners, we charge, let's say if the dinner is 20 and
Mm-hmm.
then we charge the members 10.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll mention that to him.
So that
And
way you don't want people registering and then not show up, because
sure.
if you're gonna have a banquet, you're gonna have to put money for that.
Okay.
And that's what we did on our last dinner.
Okay. Great. Awesome. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. With that, I would like to ask motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll
I
make the
second.
motion.
Oh, I second Howard's.
Okay.
Okay. With that, meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone. So it's like a great, productive meeting today. You all have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. Good
Thanks,
night,
everyone.
everybody.
Hey,
Stay
everyone.
safe.
Hi, everyone.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Ian.
No problem.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Howard, I will get back with you this week on that application or the paper for AEP.
Yeah, we'll have to, I'm not sure. I'm not trying to figure out what would be the best way to do that. Um, we should be able to get stuff together. When I looked at it, I know one of the things we had to, at least for, the OSPE, we had to have a 990 form, and that's a financial accounting thing, which was for the Ohio Society. Since our finances roll up into the region all the way to national, I don't know how we apply or give them that, along with the question of your most recent audit of the books.
Okay, I think we can
I
just
don't,
give them our budget for the 2021 and what we spent. You know, we can always get some data from Region 2. I will get back with Star not Star Parker, Star Perkins, I believe she's the finance person. So maybe we can get that papers from her.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, yeah, best thing to do is actually sit down and try to fill the form. It's a electronic form. We have to fill it out online. So,
All right. Yeah. So I think you and I would just have to meet somewhere in the library. I can make find a meeting time at the library. See if we can meet there in Whitehall Library.
okay. Okay. Of course, Thursday is busy.
Yeah.
And probably Friday, if that works for you.
Yeah.
Maybe it doesn't. I don't.
Next Friday, I will be. Oh no, this Friday I'm okay, but next Friday is I have an appointment later
Oh,
on. So I will see if there's a room available in the library. If not,
okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye
Great.
bye.
Thank you. Hey, Ian, be sure to send me the WebEx
I'll
as
get it
soon
when
as.
I get a chance.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm sorry whenever it takes so long. It's just because I'm got other things happening.
Okay.
Times.
All right.